What is going on, beautiful people out there? It's Diamond and I'm coming at you with another gameplay today. Now for today's topic, I want to share a personal experience that I've had in my life. It's about the time I was on a longboard and why I will never ever get on a longboard ever again. Like, this experience was horrible to me. I hated it so much and I honestly wish it never happened, but it did happen and now I have an interesting story to tell you guys. But before we start the story, I want to thank you guys so much for all the support you've shown me. I've hit 200 subscribers. I'm so grateful for every single one of you guys that watch my videos. You guys keep me striving for greatness and I'm always trying to produce better content for you guys, and hopefully you guys are enjoying the background music I put up for this video. If you're liking it, man, leave a thumbs up. It proves a lot to me that you guys want to see more background music like this. And now it's time for the story, guys. I'm gonna give you a little bit of background information before I actually start. This happened 3 or 4 years ago. I was 15 years old, I want to say, and I have a friend. And that one friend, one day, he bought a longboard, a $180 longboard. It was a Sector 8. I remember the bottom, it was like full of palm trees and like sand, beachy looking, you know, Hawaiian type of setting. And he was riding around this longboard a lot when we would hang out, and I'd be like, oh, that's pretty cool, whatever. He'd let me ride it every once in a while. Now me, I've never been on a longboard or skateboard ever in my life, so I was kind of struggling, you know, to keep my balance up. And you know, I'd keep it to a bare minimum when I would use it. I wouldn't get too fancy by going fast. I'd, you know, do a little push and then let it ride until it kind of slowly stopped. One other thing I want to say is I had no idea how to turn. Like, he would teach me you have to tilt one way and then lean the other way, and I was just never too comfortable doing that, because you know, if you're leaning back to turn to the right, I feel like you're just gonna fall off the thing, and I just avoid turning. I just go straight. And there was one particular day, it was a Saturday, I want to say, Saturday or Sunday. It was about 10:30 p.m. My friend's name is Gabe, and Gabe decides to text me that very night and say, hey bro, what are you doing? You want to go hang out and ride around the neighborhood in my longboard with me? Now usually my parents don't let me out late at night, and I asked them and they said no, but being the rebellious child I was young, I just snuck out when they were sleeping. So I opened the door and then closed it very quietly, making sure I did not make a single sound, and tiptoeing across the hall, passing the room, being as quiet as possible. Once I made it out the door, we just started walking around. He was riding his longboard. We were just talking, laughing, you know, just basically hanging out without getting into trouble or anything, just being some kids. Now it got to the point where we were just sick of staying in our neighborhood because it was pitch black. There was no lights because the city doesn't want to put lights in my neighborhood or blah blah blah. But then behind our houses, there's some bigger houses, like mansion wise, and they have street lights. So we decided to go back there. We went through my neighbor's yard because we didn't want to go through my yard to get back there, and we didn't also want to go the long way. We had to go all the way around, so we just cut through my neighbor's yard, went through the back, and now we're in the street by these houses. And we got to the point where it was nearly the end of the street, and at the end of the street it was a downhill from there. And straight ahead was a little creek. It was with trees, you know, bushes and like swampy looking stuff, like scum. It was disgusting. And then on the right side, as a curve, there was the rest of the road to turn in. So he says to me, hey Harrison, I dare you to go ride this longboard down that hill. And honestly guys, I don't know what I was thinking. I accepted the challenge. I was like, yeah dude, sure, watch me. First I'll do it and then you'll do it next. I got on the longboard and I rolled to the edge of the thing. Then I looked down at how steep it was and I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be very bad. And I knew it was gonna be very bad because as I said, I didn't ride longboards, I don't ride skateboards, I don't know how to even turn. And it was all just gonna end up as a disaster. But I did it anyways. I got closer, I pushed off, placed my foot on top of the longboard, and kind of ducked a little down. I started gaining speed so fast, and I swear to you guys, my heart was pounding so hard. I was so scared. It was like being on a roller coaster to me. I swear to you guys, it felt like I was going like at least 60 miles per hour, but in reality, I was probably going at least a good 10 to 15. And then I realized I only had two options. It was either jumping off this longboard and taking the biggest fall of my life, or going into that creek and being all disgusting. And I chose jumping off. I stuck my foot out, and as soon as I stuck that foot out, I felt the difference in speed, and I just started rolling. And man, guys, I swear that was the worst pain I ever felt in my life. What happened was, I was so banged up and everything. It got to the point my friend ran up and he was like, "Dude, where's my longboard?" Cause it went into the bushy creek area. And I was like, "Are you kidding me, dude? I just fell and busted my butt so hard, and you're more worried about my longboard?" I swore my wrist was broken, but I mean, it was really swollen. I got really scratched up all over my knees, my forearm. It was horrible. Just falling on concrete and sliding. It was just a horrible experience. After that, I just called it a night. I went home. I took off my shirt. I was in so much pain. I was bleeding all over the place. I patched up my things and whatever. And that's it for the story, guys. So moral of the story is, do not do something that you don't know how to do, because it will end very bad.